Hello, stringlings! I hope you're all doing well. I'm missing you, but as I said in my post, you guys are all growing up grasshoppers, and here's a little bit on tuning. So, the first thing you're going to need to have just kind of out and near you is your instrument, obviously. I would have your bow, and then some type of tuning application. I'm going to send a link to a website that you can use, but I'm going to use my phone so you can see it, and also so that you can also download this on your phone if you want. I just changed my frame of thought here. It's the app that I use, and I will write this in the post below. It's called Tuner Lite, and you guys have all seen it. It looks like this. It's free, and I believe they also make it for Android. They definitely have it on the iTunes store. So if you have a phone at home or an iPad that's not school iPad, you can put that on it. I think it needs to be in the App Store for you guys, so you probably couldn't do it from your school iPad. So, what I'm going to do first, and the thing that you need to know is just you need to move slowly, give it time. Remember, your strings are like rubber bands, so if you push them too far, they are going to snap, and that is what we want to avoid today. So, just make sure that you are not twisting these too much in one direction or the other if you do have to touch them. If you touch your fine tuners, we've all done that before. You guys know that this will not break your string. It doesn't have enough twist to really break your string. So these are always the safer ones down here. They're kind of hard to see. It's really dark in my room. I'm sorry. And then these ones up here are for extreme tuning, and we're going to cover that a little bit today, and may the force be with you. So the first thing I'm going to do is turn on my tuning app, and it is what they call a chromatic tuner. So I'm going to send another link for you guys that kind of explains what chromatic means. Chromatic means that it goes in the order of the alphabet. So it goes from A to B to C to D to E to F to G, and that's it because it's the musical alphabet. But then in there it goes from flat to natural to sharp. So there's a whole sequence. It starts with A flat, then it goes to A natural, then A sharp. Then we're on B. So it's B flat, B natural, B sharp. Then it's C. C flat, C natural, C sharp. And it keeps going on through the whole alphabet like that. What you need to know is obviously your string names, which I hope you all remember from this time. And you also need to know that all of your strings are natural. So there should not be a little tiny flat sign next to it, and there should not be a sharp sign next to it when you're tuning it and once you get it in tune. So if there is like anything flashing flat or flashing sharp, then it's not where it needs to be. You need to get it right into the middle. And I have this trusty little meter. You can kind of see it. Sorry for the glare. There's that like line that kind of goes back and forth, and you can actually hear what my voice is and see how it goes to nothing, and then sometimes it has a hashtag for the sharp, and sometimes it has that little lowercase b for the flat. We do not want either one of those. I'm sorry that my voice is sharp, flat, whatever right now. So I'm going to play with my bow. I find that that's always a little bit more exact than if you pluck. Of course, when you're going to be tuning some of the bigger stuff, you might need to use your plucker finger so that you can use your hands on your pegs at the top here. But for now, I'm going to bow. And this instrument's pretty well in tune. I just tuned it a couple days ago, but I'll show you. So when that A happens, I wonder if I can kind of hold this and play A at the same time. You'll see there's no sharp, there's no flat, and it's right on green, right in the middle where it needs to be. So I'm good to go. If, however, it wasn't good to go, I'm going to show you what you do. So I'm playing A now. I just untuned myself so it'll sound out. So if you notice, my tuning app says A with the little lowercase b, which means A flat, and it actually isn't even an in tune A flat, because if it was in tune, it would be right in the middle. I don't want it to be A flat, so I'm going to actually keep going past that A flat marker, and I'm going to go all the way until it says regular A again. So what I need to do for violins, this is important, so violins and violas, with your fine tuners, you're going to go the opposite direct, like the way that you need to go to get it to be an A. So right now it's on an A flat, which is on this side, right? And I need to go to an A, which is going this way. So I'm going to tune, I know it's hard with the camera, but I'm going to tune clockwise. So I'm going to go from the left to the right, and I'm going to bring my tuner over. For cellos, this is different for you. You actually go the same direction that you need to go. So for cellos, you would still be going from the left to the right, but you'd be doing it this way. So it's a little bit more confusing. If you're not sure about that, feel free to send me messages. I know that was like kind of hard to understand. So anyway, I'm tuning at that A flat, and I'm gonna bring my tuning peg closer to where my screen is. And if you see now, it's actually still A flat, but now it's on the other side. I'm gonna keep going because I want it to be at an A, not an A flat. So it's gonna need to go up even more. We're getting closer. It's still on the A now, but it still is a little bit red on this side toward me. So I'm going to go to the right a little bit more. And I'm pretty much where I need to be. So that is working with fine tuners. The other one that's a little bit more complicated is working with your tuning pegs at the top. So tuning pegs are literally, if you kind of like look at the mechanism here, all it is there is a string and it's wound around the peg. So if I go up with this, I'm actually going to be pulling the string tighter and twisting it more around this peg. So if I move this peg so that it goes this way, up and around, kind of like that, then it's going to be making it tighter. If I go down toward the ground with it, it's going to actually make my string looser because it's going to unwind it a bit and it's going to give it a little bit more room to spread out. So a lot of things that will happen is that you probably might notice that your instrument strings are getting looser. That's the thing that most commonly happens. It's really weird if it kind of goes against gravity and gets a lot tighter. It will mostly always want to loosen, so it'll always kind of fall down, right? Gravity. So when I'm doing this, I want to find the right string. That's really important. I've done that before. Don't do that. I'm going to find the correct string. So let's say if my G, this is a violin, by the way, but you can do this for any instrument. If my G, which is my lowest string for violin, is out of tune, I'm going to kind of trace it up. I'm going to find where that peg is. And if it sounds really loose or low, if it says G flat or G but not on the green, which pretty much the only reason you're going to use these are if it's like letters off. Like if I play this G and it ends up showing up as like a C or an F or an E or something like that. So let me do that actually. So I'm going to loosen my peg, but don't do this at home. I'm just going to show you. So here's my really tune out of tune G. If I pluck it, it says it's an E flat, which is not what I want, right? So what do I have to do? To get to E, to get to G from E, I have to go up. So E, F, G. So I'm 3 letters away, and I need to be on a G natural, which is not a G sharp, not a G flat. I need to be on a G natural. So I'm going to have to go up with this peg, right? But not too much. It's only 2 alphabet letters away if you think about it, because I'm on an E flat. I need to get to a G. So E, F, G. So I like to stabilize this kind of against my body, and I pluck with one finger and I twist with my other hand. That's how I do it a lot of times, because what you have to do is actually do this motion where you're pushing in and twisting. So I'm going to be pushing in towards my peg box, this box right here, so it kind of sticks, because if you don't push in, it'll just fall right back and it's annoying. So I'm going to push in, and you can hear it going up. I also have my tuner down below, and now it's at about an F, so I'm only 1 letter away. So I only need to go up a little bit more. So I'm just literally doing it so slow. Now I'm at a G, and I'm really close, so I'm going to actually do the rest with just my fine tuner. And that is how you do it. So like I said, move slow. You don't want to just like twist it super far. If you feel like the string is getting incredibly tight, beware. It shouldn't need to feel that tight. Mostly your strings like know sort of where they want to be in tune. They're already stretched out, and they should feel not overly tight when they're in the correct tuning position. So just be really careful. If you have any questions at all, I'll be around, especially today. I usually, if you've noticed, been answering all of your questions and stuff on Monday and post everything on Monday, and then I sort of like respond throughout the week, but today is like my day that I'm really going to be around. So if you want to video chat and have me help you like live work on tuning, or if you think you're like gonna break your instrument in a second, I'd be happy to either, like I said, chat with you or help you figure it out via email or whatever. So good luck. You guys are grown grasshoppers. I'm gonna be so sad when I don't have to tune you when school starts again. But I think this will be good. This is a good way to learn kind of on your own where it's quiet. And if you have any older siblings that play a string instrument, they could, of course, always help you out too. So good luck. If you have questions, ask me. Don't do anything crazy. And I miss you. Bye, guys.